So we're going to show a demonstration of our SIP load generator, and this is part of our fixed network tester, which can do more than just SIP. It can also do analog and some of the legacy protocols, including ISDN, PRI. So the way it works is it's all browser-based. We have the window here in Chrome, and we have a PCAP Wireshark capture running here. The first step is you select your environment. This is going to run a generator and a terminator at the same time. In a real environment, you might do that and have a B2B UA in the middle or a proxy, or it could be that you're testing a server directly. Those things you can use the different configurations, pre-made configurations to do that, or you can create your own. So we're going to go with this example configuration here. Load. Now, depending how you've got this configured, it can go up to many thousands, tens of thousands of concurrent endpoints, and the traffic load profiles can be selected via these widgets here. So you can say what the minimum and maximum length would be, the minimum maximum gap, and the minimum and maximum stagger time between the different concurrent endpoints as they start up. You can select a script that you want to run, what type of test you want to run as the client and also as the server in this case. So we've got a couple of things preset there, and you can modify that if you wish. So you can start with this setup. So, selecting the number of calls that you want to generate. I'm going to start with just a fairly low number just because of just the Wireshark capturing, and will get quite significant. But yeah, this is a scalable solution. It can go across, different machines, multiple cores, multiple machines, depending on what your hardware can do, will dictate how much traffic load you can generate. So we hit start, and we should start to see some SIP traffic happening in the Wireshark just for information purposes. So we have a way to get the live feed of whatever's happening in Wireshark into this, whatever's happening in the protocol engine into Wireshark in this way. So you can see the calls coming in. If you wanted to look at RTP, you could do that as well by just putting on an RTP filter in Wireshark. You'll see some of the RTP packets over there. And now, as that's running, you can also go to the trace and open up that. And there's a internal log. You can see all kinds of interesting information inside of the system if you wish. You can also click on EXRs. What this gives you then is per call, you can see the unique call ID and which call party numbers were being used for that call. You can expand that out if you wish to just see a bit more information on that. And what it gives you then is setup time, post-dial delay, post-pickup delay, media delay, any retransmissions, teardown time. Also gives you a MOS score, R value. And if you had, there's also an option for Pesco Polka, and you can do a even more in-depth quality check if you want. That's an option, license option. So this is showing some of the other metrics, like how many bytes were sent in the media, what type of codec, and jitter, loss, latency, and so on. So this is captured per call. It also tells you if the calls were successful. So you can quite easily see if there are any bad cases. So far, there's no errors there, but if there was, you would see that under result that would be read as an unsuccessful or error over here. So you can search on that and look for other result codes. If you typed in something else, it would filter that down. You can also drill into a specific call ID if you wanted to. So if you had that from other information, like from Wireshark, you could filter on that specific call ID and just see the information for that call. And that would be something that you could also go, find in here if you wanted, and look at a specific SIP call that was matching that call ID as well, or call party number, or a date range. So any of those things. So while that's running, we can just briefly look at the configuration, see the kinds of things that you can configure. So within this environment file, it's a JSON file, tells you how many endpoints you're generating, what the SIP identities are that it's going to use for the client traffic generation. So there's a lot of configurability, a lot of defaults here that you don't have to modify anything if you don't want to. But when it comes down to what the call party numbers are, calling party numbers, and other things, you can quite easily just change those ranges. There are also more complex modes if you need. You can also read that from a database, or have some more complex rules that would generate different ranges of data. But we can also do that from a JSON file read that in instead of taking it from these fixed ranges. Yeah, I think that just about sums it up for a quick introduction on Traffic Generator. Thank you very much.